believe you.
Don't be shy.
What?
Do you think it's too OP, the buff?
Which buff?
A suggested buff to Kie, giving her every 10 seconds a guaranteed crit if she has an attack.
Like the Brewmaster.
Yeah, it's probably OP because the crit itself is so strong. It's not a Brewmaster crit, it's a 4.5 times crit. That means when the game hits late game and you're gonna like you're gonna crit, you can always take out one boost free. Like 3/4 of the HP right away.
Yeah.
You could even one-shot a support.
With a good build, you can one-shot support. Yeah.
It's too strong, and given that you can build better Curies, so you can like stack agents, and the first hit is gonna like.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
It's too much
Is this
strength
a smite hero? It's not smite.
What?
That's good. Knowledge drop.
How do we go from Dota heroes to smite?
Someone says, make Zeus more like this.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, but that's more how he should be.
But this is the smite hero, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't smites only like gods and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's a Zeus too.
Yeah, but I mean, Zeus is not receiver.
Sorry.
Zeus is not copyrighted, right? I think he's pretty. He's open source. So
Copyrighted by the Greeks or Romans or whatever.
So you should be able to make a buff Zeus, not some Super Mario
But
Zeus.
Zeus is like.
Zeus
Zeus
or
was
Mario.
not that buffed though.
Zeus or
In
Mario.
all the Hercules series that I've ever seen, Zeus was not buffed. AKA, that's the truth. Series.
But does he look like Super Mario?
Also that.
Just take like the Hercules. Zeus.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's food.
A big manly beard. Proper.
Yeah.
None of this Mario bullshit.
I think I just turned him into the monkey from
AC and LD casted together.
The monkey
For the
from-
first time.
For the first time in forever.
I heard you got an active game, Trophy. I heard you got an active game.
There will be AC and LD.
For the first yeah. We got some game like 32 minutes, 13 kills, very slow. It's more fun when stuff is happening because then
I don't know me.
Even if stuff doesn't happen, you
That's why I'm a rap artist.
That's why you're a rap artist.
strategic off the top.
yeah. In the Chinese games, many games were really long, but they're always a fight for positioning, like who has the better edge.
I actually prefer these kind of games.
Yeah, I guess it's like more, you learn more from it.
It's not about learning, it's like, you know why they do this, right?
Yeah.
You know why they do this, and it's like in the core of their heart why they do this, because they're literally afraid of taking action.
Yeah,
So it's awesome to see.
yeah, that's true.
It's easier to figure out what they do and play against them at this point.
So you prefer playing against teams in that scenario as well?
No, I don't prefer any scenario. I just
Okay.
want to win. Yeah, what happens?
Just from
Don't care how we win, just win.
Just win.
Fair enough.
No. Frozen.
Damn, that smoke gang.
No, Frozen sounds always in my head.
Frozen. It's good.
Please stop inviting.
Oh, I have to block communications. I forgot to do that.
Block and report. I believe in Nepo. He's gonna carry this. No, this is the pub. Oh, the random pub.
Looking random stuff.
Yes. Have you played any more Earthring Spirit?
Responsibly.
There you go, I only play zero with you.
Yes, I
I'm
know.
waiting for the days when you invite me what play.
Kicking me around.
I'm not cool enough for you anymore.
Oh, come on. You are. Jesus. But you kick me around so much, I can't even
You
move.
didn't understand my team play, man. It's not my fault.
Need to go here.
Myself.
Teammates not going where you want them to. Pull and kick them in the right
Yeah, always
position.
put you in a good position to kill them. I remember.
Oh, yes.
So it's so crazy.
High ground.
This
Stay
is
in the
a
trees.
question for you, KuroKy. Why is Bounty not really picked as much? We all know he's good enough to be picked, but it's just...
Well, Bounty's strength was when the offlane was like on the side of the tower more, like before they changed the creep equilibrium.
Okay.
That was the big strength of Bounty, because he was hard to kill and he could go to the woods just fuck up the pull. There was a stronger pull before they changed the spots. So that one got removed and the lane got like more to the middle, so there's like other heroes who can shine on those.
But that doesn't mean that he still can't do his thing, right?
You can still do his thing, but it's just much less efficient, much less efficient. And so you prefer to have an offlane hero who will have so much more impact, because Bounty has zero impact in any team fight. And Bounty is a hero, like once you win, you can win more, but it's not gonna be a hero which is gonna help you from behind at all.
I see.
When you think about it, it's those three heroes, like TF remeta, the Nature's Prophet, Lone Druid, and Bounty Hunter, all rely on the, exactly, they all relied sort of on the fact that the enemy, the Creeper Children, they could have used that in one way.
That was the biggest reason why you played me.
Yeah.
So once they changed that, all other heroes could.
Because back then, like playing tied offlane would be a struggle, especially with Ancients. You couldn't kill them back then, so you would just not get any experience ever. I think that was a very good change for Dota, to be honest. Change to the balance.
I think it was a good change for the player because it was not so much fun to play offlane.
Offlane was
like you sit there and you start the game from very behind to begin with. There's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, more people would like roll into mid lane, maybe try and.
They were like only three heroes, like you said, who could do anything at all. All other heroes couldn't do anything. Their action was relied on the opponent's action. If they push the tower or like
people
keep the lanes on their side, it means you can't do anything. What you could do is for like the first 6 minutes of the game, so go to the ancients, stack it, and run like all the time on Dire. On Radiant, you couldn't even do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Radiant was hard. And people even experimented with Naga Siren offlane because she did the same thing, but it was harder. It's not really like a Lone Druid, he could just, so easily pull. I remember the game, you guys, right? You played offlane Lone Druid in a game where it kind of backfired.
Oh, you mean the game we played EMS and Format?
Yeah, I believe so. 6 stack.
That was the first game against Rocks because we played in the grand final. Well, it's like we didn't. I just joined the team with Phonic, so we were very new. We just joined the team.
Yeah.
We went to this tournament and like we still had to figure out how we play and stuff.
Yeah. It was very.
Phonic didn't really play a lot of Lone Druid that time, so he's like asking, okay, what do I do? And like Puppy told him like, okay, put the bear there and just do your thing.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. He said, just do it once or twice. Get 2 creep waves next. He's like,
He
okay.
kept going.
And then he's like, oh, I can do this more. It's
Yeah,
so good.
I got so many.
So many creeps now. And I was still level 1. And so I went there and I didn't have my blast to pull the creeps.
Yeah. For those who didn't see that game, basically you had an offlane like Lone Druid, and it was funny. He stacked the creep wave 5 or 6 times.
Even more, man.
And at that point his bear died because of a little bit of
this point we
mismicro.
stopped playing Dota. We decided to play Footprint Frenzy.
Yeah, like you get charged by basically 30 creeps at least, even more, like
It's like
40 creeps.
2 towers
And you had a level 1 and level 2 support, I think.
It's a possible game.
Yeah, so it ended up like a 6-minute match or something.
Yeah, we lost the first game against Roxkiss and we were like, what do we
It
do?
was hilarious to watch for everyone.
Like the second game we were very risky. Like, we get with at that time it was the most potential.
Oh yeah.
But we did it anyway because we were retards. So we played against it and we somehow won.
Yeah. That's
That is a 6 strat.
6 strat. Dude, people have been, like, I remember scrimming sometimes and experimenting with doing the same thing, pulling the creeps and then sending them into the mid lane and giving experience to a Shadow Fiend or whatever so he pulls ahead. But it always backfires. Enemy transitions into a push.
What I can suggest you to do is when you play Lone Druid is you put the bear, give him a Basilisk ring, send him to your teammate mid, because he's gonna appreciate it to give him honor reach armor all the time. So just put the bear mid, and all these creeps gonna have armor.
You
so
will
his creeps
be
are
happy.
stronger.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Really
Try
nice.
It. Try it.
Support your mid player today.
Mid player there.
And then buy a headdress, do the
That's
same
why you
thing.
just put the bear there and push his lanes.
And
Trust me, he's gonna commend you.
Then you buy a Vladimir and follow him around with a Vlad's aura.
Oh, you
so
can
he's
buy a
strong.
second Basilisk ring, then you have +4 armor.
Oh,
It's really good.
True. Yes. Many pubs will be improved by this advice.
Yeah, well, don't worry.
What are we watching?
Page 31.
I don't think the games are up yet.
Page 31.
Yeah.
Mommy, I'm on TV!
What the fuck?
Let's go offline.
Fucking scruff friends.
Wait, I gotta do this, right? Shift tab.
Are you not listening as offline?
Oh,
You are.
you're offline. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
It's magic.
Well,
You need to turn on so it doesn't show shit.
Okay, it's your fucking kind of like turn on. I don't know how to turn on.
I don't know.
But if it would have been yours, you would have known.
No, I'm just saying I don't know how to turn it on. If he wants me to turn it on, he can turn it on. Or off, whatever.
yeah. It's fine. We all fine. Well, starting to get hungry watching all this cooking from
Dude,
Bruno.
it smells so good over there. Holy shit.
I'm not gonna walk there. My stomach will be like, feed me now. Give me.
I had pizza before this, and I'm still like that makes me hungry even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Monster and I'm not hungry.
So, are we confirming that monsters make you full? Like,
Monsters make you full. And hyper.
might be true.
Hey, the chat is saying hi to you, by the way.
Hi.
Like 30,000 people spamming me at the same time.
Hi, Shiver.
Hi, Chad.
Now you can stop.
You did it. You did it, Twitch chat.
You should all type, you know, victory. Something.
Victory.
Accomplishment. So happy.
So,
Oh, TPL. Damn.
Should I keep it scroll so you can keep it back in?
Yeah.
what is currently better, Dire or Radiant?
Thanks for the food, by the way.
I think Radiant's.
Oh yeah, I wanna just put it on camera so everybody know. If ever I'm out of job in esport, can I be a cook? Based on what I cook.
Nice.
What do you cook?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm actually curious. Like,
He made a
I know
video.
it looked so good. Like, I was actually jealous.
That meat.
meat is good.
Bruno showing off his
wanna
meat
keep-
on stream.
It's supposed to be a PG-13 stream.
Dude,
Get
I want
out.
to show my meat. Why should I need to stop me? Man?
What have you done to the cat, Bruno?
I can fling my meat around if I want. It's completely fine. Do you like my meat, Louis?
Slap Lumi with your meat.
Over my face.
Please. Jesus. Yeah.
Sheer, what was the question? What's better than
Oh,
Dire?
no,
Dire or
next one.
Radiant?
Next.
I think
Next
Radiant is
target.
really good. I mean,
You're
Dire always
stopping
has
this now.
Roshan advantage, but I think
No
that
offense.
Radiant is a lot more lenient on the laning phase, like in general.
So you have the off lane that's better for Radiant.
Yeah, I think mid's
Yeah.
better for Radiant
Yeah,
as
because you
well.
have the small camp, or you have the camp as well, right?
Yeah,
I would
Is that
say.
the only reason, or because it might be said that it's easier to gank Radiant side?
I guess it also depends on what kind of draft you're doing. Because I mean, you kind of draft for the side a lot now. I don't know. Kuro would probably know more than me about it.
What's better, Radiant or Dire?
Overall,
Yeah. And why?
depends on the quality of the game. Like,
High quality.
well, the more tense the game is, the better Dire is. I think. But it depends how cool the team can handle it. The Dire has Roshan overall. Even though Radiant lanes are better, you can play around with it. Like, well, it depends on the teams, to be honest. Like, you know, in TI finals, Alliance always took Dire. We always took Radiant. So what's better? It's like what you prefer. It's like what you prefer to do. Like, Roshan is always one static factor in the game, which just slowly is going to make you win the game more and more and more.
Yeah.
And more. Well, with Radiant you can snowball from your lanes. Like Kreska said, mid is much better because you have two camps which you can abuse with certain heroes. So, like you said, it depends on the draft. If you get a hero who can actually abuse these two camps, Radiant is not necessarily better than Diamond. But the offlane is better with Radiant, definitely. So, it's hard to say.
Basically, it's complicated.
It's very complicated. It depends on heroes, it depends on teams and players. It depends on the dimension of the game. It's like any online game, I would probably prefer Radiant because it's very easy to just snowball from there. But any final game, I don't know what I would prefer. Like, I know my team overall prefers Radiant because we have one dude who plays jungle very nicely. He's a big guy. We have one dude who likes the safe lane, one dude who likes his mid lane and some creeps there, and one dude who's like on his own lane who likes to do stuff. So like radius.
Yeah. It's pretty much the same in many things when you want to answer them in Dota. It's like there's so many factors that you need to think
No
about.
absolute answers in Dota.
Yeah, there
The
definitely
game's
are.
changing all the time.
And it's, even the style of teams can be like taken into play. Some teams play differently in laning phase.
If you like try to break down Dota, it's too complex to give like absolute answers to anything.
Yeah.
There's no thing as A is better than B.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Which game do you guys want to watch? Coast versus Roxkiss, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be the best?
That's probably the top one.
We can't join that.
Yeah. Well, it's fine.
What's your wins this game?
3
I want to
minutes.
watch the draft of the other game though.
What other game?
I want to see the drafts of the other games. So for people that have only just tuned in or missed some of the games today, Roxkiss is undefeated, Mouse Sports is undefeated, Team Coast only has 1 loss, which is against Mouse Sports, nothing to be ashamed of against losing from them.
What are the wins again? What are the wins?
I'm not sure.
Jesus.
Why would you ask me such a tough question?
That's a really hard question.
Because if they won against like the bottom ones and still have
Of the top teams, Coast and Mouse Sports are the only 2 that have actually faced each other.
Okay.
Roxkiss has not faced Mouse Sports yet. Have not faced Coast yet. I do believe they faced Virtus Pro before, but I'm not entirely sure. They haven't faced Power Rangers before. So Roxkiss still have to face the tougher.
Yeah, Coast played VP earlier and won that
And
game.
won.
So
Yeah, but I'd say, like,
props to them.
yeah, I'd say that the number 3 and 4 position are still wide open. The number 1 and 2 position definitely, it's looking quite solid, to be honest, for these 2 teams. We're looking forward to seeing those 2 teams face, but that's actually only tomorrow. So which game are we gonna see? Are we gonna choose?
I think
We're
we
gonna watch Roxkiss and Team Coast.
Yeah, we watched that. We can check the lineups or the drafts in the other games as well as they go in. But it's still 2
Is
minutes.
WTV acting up still or not?
I just like it's gonna stick us on a loading screen if I join now.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
wait now. Just wait with that.
Though TV might work now. Had some troubles with it today. I don't know.
What do you think about Meepo now with the movement speed increase?
He's better as a mid and a support. As a carry, it doesn't change much. And I would just say it's a good buff for support Meepo. It's really. I talked to Notel about it, and he said the same. Like, it's very nice, you know. But
Meepo's broken.
I mean, Meepo is still the hero, most easily counterable hero in Dota, I would say. Like, he has so many different things that completely wreck him, but he is also very potent. You can do a lot with him. And I think an experienced support player on Meepo playing him in a support position is really dangerous.
Yeah, the problem is Meepo always has to take risks if you want to have some impact in the game.
Yes.
If you take one risk, you might just lose the game right away. Because you lose your timing so quickly.
He's very good at fighting though, because he gets so much experience from the fights. So taking the fights against the enemy and trying to get up to early high level, like level 10 and get that second ulti, you get so strong.
Well, the biggest problem is still that he's very weak in lane.
Yeah, that's what a rampage. What a Meepo.
Double rampage.
Dude, I trusted him. I said it. Double rampage. Oh my god, he's going. Go ham. He's gonna get more.
Rampage, come on.
What a good game we're finding here.
You know when Roxkiss and Mouse Sports are going to play against each other? Last game of the tournament of the qualifier group stages.
Oh,
Come on.
that's good.
It's gonna be a good one.
Someone predicted this.
Yeah, someone did very hard to predict this.
Yeah, they tried to predict it in the Southeast Asian qualifiers as well when Arrow and who was it?
DT, I think.
Arrow and DT were supposed.
DT
Oh
was
no,
in
no, no,
James
not DT. What are they called? Arrow and
MVP?
no.
Scythe?
Yeah, Scythe. We're supposed to play against each other at the end because they expected it to be the best team. But Scythe had a hard time. Tough qualifier.
So for people wanting to watch the game full screen, twitch.tv/EUHub with Luminous and Puppy. That game is live now as well. You can always go to twitch.tv/EUHub/TheGoodStudio and you watch both streams at the same time.
Capitan Coupon.
And you know where to find all streams at the same time? ShivaGaming.com.
Actually, at the moment, there's nothing going on there, so no.
He even had your back.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Come out to try.
Yes, do that.
Not now, but usually you can check out.
But actually, I'm at home. Yes, then yes.
You decide if you want to deal with us. They've been going on for 15 minutes now.
Appreciate it. Hi guys.
Please.
Make it work, Pascal. Make it work.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Is it plugged in?
I need some serious cuddle time with cats though.
It's because you're cat lazy. You're like the cats.
Yeah,
Just
sleeping
sleep.
all
Sit
day.
next to Jesus, Kuro.
If you don't mind.
I don't bite.
Yeah, I think our butts fit.
How's your family jewels, Kuro?
My what?
Your family jewels.
Family duels?
Yeah.
These bad boys.
From the car.
Thanks for clarifying.
To try to get rid of them, you know?
He was complaining this morning in the car ride.
Man, dude. I was sitting here, Danida, Cyberpunk.
Jesus. Kuro.
James's car.
I had Puppy in front.
Space eliminated.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
It was quite the ride.
Well,
Which car was it?
James's car.
It is more spacious.
Sorry, your spot was.
It's not that spacious in the back.
Kuro, it's a good thing
I'm
that
only
you're
sitting in the
not
front of the car.
another
sit in the
puppy or something. You would not fit.
No, apparently my
Like
car
a-
is more spacious.
Yeah.
I heard today.
I think Whipple's car is more
We need to put Shiva and Puppy in the same car.
But I'm forced to be in the back.
I've seen you
This
be in
is
the
why I
back.
do
It was
the hair
fine.
show.
You lived.
Fine.
Yeah.
You can do L'Oreal or something.
There we
you
go.
know. Are
So
you
much
born with
easier.
it?
Because you work with.
Now Shiva.
Now she.
Do the same.
My hair is already on time. It
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Mine is wild.
I'll go the same time as Jess and Shiva goes back. I don't know when.
We want to get picked up at 11 again. So, yeah. So we calculate
much
backwards
energy.
so that we have 7.5 hours of sleep. And we get up 1.5 hours before we get picked up, so that would be 9:30. Probably 9 if we want to have breakfast. But like, so everyone.
You can tell that you had two
No,
energy
or,
drinks.
You know, 12:30 or something like that.
Shiva.
But I don't know, maybe we get tired before that time.
She had two?
Yeah, it's very visible. Well, yesterday Sujoy had.
Tired, so I figured we
Yesterday Sujoy had 4 of them, and he normally doesn't drink energy drinks.
Oh my god.
He was like 2 liters of Monster. He's like, I'm not really tired yet.
Yeah. I mean,
About
we're gonna
that
have to
suture.
drive Toby as soon as he's done.
Skirt, can you reach out
Yeah.
to the white one that's at your end? She's missing mealtime.
Where is it?
She's under the couch.
And tomorrow at 5 a.m. he has to get picked up.
Cat stuck under couch.
On the
6
couch?
a.m. starts.
Under a couch strip.
On the couch?
Are you trolling me right now?
Under the
Yes.
couch.
That ass.
That ass.
Now you went out of the picture.
Yeah.
You
More to the
failed.
left,
Yes.
skirt. I don't think it's that deep in.
I don't see a cat.
It is there, I swear.
We don't see
Here
an
in the
ass.
middle.
So.
Yeah, it's on the rug, so I can't see it.
Really?
You have to lift your ass and lift us up.
You're killing the cat right now, Baga.
He's missing
With your ass.
dinner
Wait, let
time.
me look.
Cat kill.
Just lift the sofa.
You can look at them outside.
Lift it.
Lift
See, we
there.
just want to
Lift
see
this.
more of
What's
the ass.
this?
Is he there?
Kitten is found.
Oh, it's
Yo, Script.
lunchtime.
Why we paused?
Yo, Script, can you continue the game?
Oh, you
paused.
Oh,
It's not a television. It doesn't play where you left it.
Please fix.
So, Joy, did you manage to get any sleep yesterday after those 4 monsters?
What, sorry?
You said you drank 4 Monster Energy yesterday. Did you manage to sleep?
No, it's not a problem. It's like you get super hyped up.
Yeah. And then...
And
You have to drink another one if you don't want to sleep.
yeah, no, you have to drink responsibly. That's the moral of the story.
I'll keep it in mind. I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah. Not sure if she was responsible.
There's no rules against it. It's just they
I
would
don't
be
need
pissed.
no one for about an hour and a half. And then on the side afterwards, like, how long are we gonna stay up for?
Oh, Zaldo.
Could have been a snake.
Okay, things just happened.
What's happening?
Things.
Crazy.
They're losing.
Kill grows very fast, very slow.
Who
I
got
like the one that's passed out. You see it on the cam, the one's passed out. They're too tired.
Use your spells!
Use the boost to chase.
Is this game like everybody forgot that they can actually also be in different lanes?
Oh, he lives?
To get as much
He doesn't live.
Necro books are real. So many nooks. The howl is just so strong.
Woof
now.
woof.
Go Scandinavia!
They're like 10 of them.
You can just call them Sweden, right? Because they're all Swedish?
One of them's Danish.
Oh,
Do we switch places?
Solon, Swedish, Danish.
sorry.
But I mean, that's close enough to Sweden.
Ours had like
Filthy Danes.
she was a bit fluffy.
Good job.
They've been Swedish once.
See? I'm learning.
They want it back. Let's give it
I'm
back.
trying to inherit the Swedish.
Yeah, I would really be cool if
Intolerance.
that's like digging away Skåne. I would move there straight away. Move back home again. Yeah,
Why?
because it's the best part of Sweden.
Yeah,
Oh crap.
We don't
This part of
need
Denmark,
need anything from
like
the rest
we
of the
said
Sweden.
already.
that's true, man.
What do we need? Nothing.
Nothing.
We got our air energy.
So no paper, because you don't have...
We don't need that. Computers, man.
Computer era, man. Get with the
You're gonna
time.
Like, yeah,
you're gonna
science.
wipe your ass with computers?
Yeah. We go just
But you
go
got like
Asia
leaves
style
and shit.
flush our
No,
asses.
they don't have any trees.
They don't have
No, I was
trees.
actually down
Give
there.
us a good kick.
They all have
Oh, no, it's
I
like
was actually down there just this week, for the whole week, and it was very beautiful down there.
Fun.
The raps is more yellow down there.
It's very true.
The raps.
The raps.
All those raps fields.
It's very nice. Much better music down there as well.
You like the music?
I love the music down in the south.
Sweet.
Skåne is the shit.
Andy, I need
Stop the fiend script.
More than words. Is it Kansas?
What?
More than words. The song.
Yes, Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
You're like,
I couldn't understand what he said at first. I was like, what?
Is it cancerous? I thought he said.
Yeah, I was like,
No, it's a good song, bro.
yeah,
like,
it's a good song.
Is that why you all lost your hair?
Yeah.
You're listening to that?
yeah, it's cancerous, but it's good though. Like, you should try it.
this is not.
No regrets.
Do you
Yeah.
agree with the Vanguard and Squadron?
So anyways, you know, what am I doing?
No, I hate that item.
If there's any game where a Vanguard could possibly be good though, this is probably the game. There's like
Yeah.
1 million summons right clicking.
I mean,
But-
like in terms of effectiveness, it'll probably block a ton of damage. But I also think that it's not going to make him tanky enough to live anyway.
Well,
I think an armlet would have been better.
You gotta believe, son.
Because like if you buy a Vanguard, you're committing all your money to purely a defensive item and relying on the rest of your team to basically deal the damage for you. But Slardar with an armlet hits really hard.
Punch Master.
Did he already have a blink? I would imagine.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does.
okay. He had a blink and a Vanguard.
Oh,
Threads blink
I
Vanguard.
mean, you
Like
either go
him?
like
Like
blink
him?
BKB or blink
he's
armlet.
dead, bro.
It's an important kill.
I don't even know where they're from. I think
That's
they're
the
from
last
Australia.
From Stockholm.
Yeah. Brats.
Alright, it's streaming.
Danmark.
Red eyes, serious. Green eyes.
I'm so sleepy.
Fine, walk it off.
Walk it off. Sit it off.
I'm doing my best.
Maybe we should go down to the beach and take a dip. We'll
Dude,
wake up.
that water was cold.
And he was shaking like a leaf.
It
Dude, it was so cold. He was like, "Ugh."
It's too early to go for a...
No. It was actually nice.
It's fine when you got out.
It's nice to get out of it.
Probably like 15 degrees or something.
15 is not really enjoyable though, but it's nice when it's super hot. Like not now, but
not now, but earlier today.
Earlier today, yeah, could go for it.
So is it seawater or is it like a lake?
It's like a mix.
It's broken.
Seawater and sweet water.
So like if you would stir it, it would be.
Yeah, but we're trying to heal it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Lightly salt.
It's broken like OP.
Yes.
OP water.
Okay.
But on the surface, it's more sweet water than salt water.
Yeah. Suppose that water never gets warmer.
Huh?
Suppose that water never gets too warm.
No, I mean the sweet water it's warmer than the salt water.
Yeah.
But all the salt
Yeah,
water
about
is
18
stuck.
degrees on the west coast. 18 on the west coast. It's salt.
Yeah.
I don't know what they get here though.
Me neither. But warm enough for algae.
Finding the pickups.
Be really happy.
Might get him. Well, wolves need no armor.
South.
Fuck you,
It's really
Slara.
cold though. When did they take Roche? Like 5 minutes
It
ago?
should be up in like 2 minutes, 3 tops.
What is the timer? 9:11 or 8:11?
Did you not take a timer?
Did I get my shot from me?
Script, please.
We cannot check, of course.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
That's fine. I don't care about that. But it's like,
Apparently, you could pretend that Solon is from Scandinavia. They pretend to be Danes either way.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
We could just pretend it's
So is he alive being Dane?
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm just saying.
We're half Danes down in the south.
You're half Dane.
Yeah.
Okay.
That dude is probably from Gothenburg.
People, if you have some questions, preferably about the
But
game,
I will play more when I
hashtag
get back.
email.
Spoke to Roma,
Now's your
he's pretty
chance.
sad.
Yeah.
I'm reading your tweets.
I don't
It's
care about
just-
the games. I don't know.
I just bought an apartment, so for me,
No, I told me you need to stream to get money.
Already? Or what you get?
right then. But now things are a little bit better, so I'm gonna try and
I
spend
was
some time.
How bad did
wondering
you
because
think BKB since Lava and Ragnarok?
it was like TI qualifiers coming up, right?
Yeah.
You guys want to play
Yeah,
that?
I know. I wasn't able to put the time there.
I think the starter needs one, but I don't think the DK needs one.
Yeah, it sucks for them, it sucks for me as well, but
It's like really shitty to buy a BKB against that kind of team because you're basically only buying it for the invoker and the enchantment.
I wish I had more chances, but I don't want to be like, I finally paid off everything my family supported me on earlier on in game, so now being completely self-supported,
That's good when you're trying to
I don't want to get in the same situation
missing.
again.
That's like,
Now I just want to play, man. I just want to compete again. I really,
okay, it's running in front of you.
I really,
You've been around for quite some time, man. It's time to get a team.
yeah. True.
TI5.
TI5. Yeah, seriously.
Earn the big money.
Yeah. It's not even about that. It's just about wanting to compete. It's such a weird feeling when you can't compete and you feel. Yeah, you watch some games and you're just like, oh man, I wish I played in this game. Yeah.
So there's a question. It's not really a question, but Felix is asking if we can talk some about Higi United, and I happen to know that he's actually the manager of the team, so he wants to have your unbiased opinion about his team.
I'm not sure. Like, I watched Hihi United, but that's before with the old players and so on. I'm not too updated on them, to be completely honest.
We casted a game with them. They were.
Where are they from?
They're from all over.
All over the place.
Two Finnish guys, two Swedish guys, and one
Yeah.
Give me this.
I believe.
Give me this. I'll pick out some good questions.
Okay, good question.
But yeah,
I
I would
share
say
with
more.
them.
Yeah, I would say more if I knew more about them, but I
Beat
just...
Power Rangers.
That's a good...
Vince, he is asking, ask Jesus to walk on water.
I understand, but I can't play.
I did that yesterday.
Okay, because I don't.
Can't do it today.
Okay,
Draws too much
It
attention.
was glorious.
Yeah, but that was the started.
Okay, Matthias Lauren is asking, is Sweden the best esports country?
Korea is South Korea.
You say Korea?
South Korea. Yeah.
Or you?
I don't know. Yeah, well, Sweden is a very good gaming country in general because it's easy to play games in Sweden. Always has been. But
The gaming culture is very good.
yeah,
We got good infrastructure for it, so I mean, a lot of kids have always been blessed to have a fast internet. So like, online gaming has been easier here, I guess. And I guess we're a very versatile country because we're good at many different genres, different games.
yeah, it's true.
Like South Korea is very like
Yeah, StarCraft. And now
StarCraft, League of Legends, like that's like 2 titles. We are like Counter-Strike.
They used to have really good Counter-Strike.
We have nerds in
We made
every
Fox.
area. Yeah, true.
They used to have a really good Counter-Strike team in 1.6 or earlier. We made Fox and then Warcraft 3 players with Moon and Lim.
Oh yeah, Warcraft 3 they were.
They have a Street Fighter player, Infiltration. He like dominated a year straight and stuff. So they have some other stuff as well, but like mainly StarCraft and League of Legends. Yeah.
And like I don't know. I think the förutsättningar.
What do you call it?
New question.
Yeah.
Kyle Hollow is asking, Dreska, opinions on DK Omelette?
I think it's okay situationally. I mean, the reason that I think he gets it here is because buying BKB against Roxkiss seems pretty mediocre when you're only buying it for 2 heroes. And it's not good against Bane anyway, it doesn't break Enfeeble, so I don't know, it's a value item, I guess, for this match.
I agree.
Okay, Jason Waters is asking, Dreska, what about Vanguard on PL?
On
PL.
PL.
Oh, PL.
Phantom Light. No, I hated that. We casted a game with that the other day, and I was like, why did he buy Vanguard?
It was bad.
It was like, it wasn't even...
He was not being contested at all.
Yeah, he was totally
so there was
free-farming the whole game.
no value to
He
it.
could have bought like any other item, and it would have been fine. Could have had like a 13-minute, 12-minute radiance, and instead he went Vanguard.
Okay. Ossie is asking, did you go vote politically, Shiva game?
What's the question?
Did you go vote?
Did I go vote?
Vote.
Did I go vote? I
We
did
still
not
have
vote.
1 day to
I
vote.
did not vote.
See, she was
But
illiterate.
I couldn't, because I'm here.
You're just adding to the problem, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna vote. Did you go vote?
I did not.
We're gonna. I'm gonna.
You live in this country.
Yeah, this is a question from
I got my vote
Steve.
card in the backpack.
Do you think Team Relax have chance to qualify to TI if they stay together next year? What do you guys think?
If they play together next year, or
If they stay together for now.
yeah, like
Relax.
teams that stay together and focus really hard and have the same ambitions, I think there's big openings for any team like that.
Do they have the individual skill?
Yeah, I think so. But
The game is much less about individual skill.
yeah, it's more about knowing how to play as a team, where to go, and what decisions are important early on.
You have to have the mentality for it as well, like you said. Just look at like KC, they've been around for TI.
I think if you can't beat a team traditionally, like, you should do something crazy.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, just try to do something that they're not expecting, try to win that way.
Throw your opponent off their game.
Such as the CIS against LGD Grand Finals in
The third
China.
game.
That was good. The Wild Axe.
Harris with 2 stars asking, why is Medusa not being picked in Pro League even after the 6.81 plus?
You guys picked Medusa?
Yeah.
What do you think of Medusa?
I can't ask myself the questions.
No, but that's why I
He's
asked.
moderating, man.
Okay, okay.
He's the host.
I don't know. I think Medusa is still... She's probably playable, but she's a little bit too predictable and static, I think. Like, you know what she brings, and it's not too hard to play around. But I do think the ulti, along with... Actually, I think Mystic Snake should be skilled. a lot of people skip it when they play it.
Because I think it shouldn't be skipped.
Yeah.
It's very bad strat. It's too unreliable. It's too high mana cost. It's gonna delay your game overall.
Yeah, it depends, I guess, which position you play as well, of course. Because you can get away with just mana shielding and special.
There are ways to play with Mystic Snake, definitely.
I think the Mystic Snake is a little bit underrated in the scenarios where you do have a fight. Because when you actually stone gaze the enemy and they get the pure damage from Mystic Snake, it's a lot of damage.
It's true.
So you could take big fights with it. But of course, she's a farming hero. You're not really looking for the fights.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So TY is asking, what's everyone's opinion about Navi's recent slump?
We don't care.
Are we supposed to like rephrase that question and ask you?
No, I'm the moderator.
What was the question?
He's just reading
They're
questions,
asking
man.
you, what do you think about Navi?
I don't know, man. There's too many tournaments. Teams don't get a chance to really practice. It's oversaturation, burnout, lots of bad things.
Interesting.
That's my take on it.
I still trust in Navi. Always loved those guys.
If they qualify, and who will do worse?
I think Fnatic are really good on LAN. Like a team that's been together that long, like whenever you get to a LAN, it's like
But I think
they're hype players, you know?
I think it's from like the teams that are fighting for qualifier slots, right? Yeah. So from out of the teams fighting for qualifiers.
These ones.
Yeah. I would say maybe, I don't know, maybe CIS actually, I think. But it's tough to say.
It's probably smart to lean towards the
CIS
teams since they play from LAN setting to begin with.
Yeah.
But a team like Mouse is probably comfortable on LAN.
Yeah.
Just more
And
experience.
Rock's Kiss as well.
Well, MSS is pretty new to LANs, right? Like I don't think he's been to many LANs.
It's true, but it's like the moment Mouse started boot camping, you could see that their performance actually went up. Like they played Fnatic right away and they beat them they lost to them the day after in the Summit 3-3. But I think they played much better once they met on LAN.
Yeah.
Okay, Vince C is asking, Shiva game. If you ever tried picking up basketball, you would be like a perfect central power forward. Hi to everyone at TI4EU.
I did try basketball when I was in high school, I think. I sucked at it big time.
All you gotta do is just go.
Yeah, it didn't work. I actually tripped and fell and hurt my ankle and couldn't play the rest of the lessons.
Stay inside,
I
play
remember
video
that.
games.
It was that traumatic.
Play video games instead. Stay indoors.
Yeah, it's one story.
No update on questions. There we go. Dreskin, who do you think has the best chance at going to the grand finals at TI this year?
It's such a hard question, man.
It's a hard question.
Who do you think? Which team is best on
What do you
that?
think? Like, you know,
I think DK.
like,
I mean,
Look at the stats.
reasonably, I would say that it's hard because now if the teams get a chance to boot camp for even a month, you know, like your
yeah,
performance
it's
could
true, but I
dramatically
think it's
grow.
more of a question, like, you know, what your heart says right now.
Yeah, I think DK.
Let's see. No more questions.
You skip through a lot of questions, though.
Well, a lot of questions are to me.
He's very afraid of the top
Well,
one.
people want to ask you questions.
I can't ask myself.
Well, you can get the iPad back. And
I'm a better moderator than you.
Straightforward. It's
Can I
fine.
read this one over your shoulder? Who would win in an arm wrestle? Kuro or Shiver?
Place your bet.
I guess it should be Kuro.
I think the mechanics as well in arm wrestling is pretty good to have shorter arms actually.
Really?
Best thing is technique and
Yeah.
to begin with.
Gotta bend the wrist.
Yeah.
So what you need is these parts and this part.
See, he has the knowledge even.
I wouldn't survive that.
No, I think you would get slammed.
I'll tap out.
Okay, so the answer is that Kuro would win.
Yes.
Okay, Smokey is asking, I'm gonna give this to myself. Hey Kuro, any word on your game's view gem ever getting fixed as well? Okay, Felix did SWAT. Dreskel. Dreskel doesn't understand statistics apparently. Now he has a 100% TI finals attendance. What do you think about that?
What do you think about that, Dreskel?
That is true. But he only asked for one team. The last question was like, which team do you think will be in the finals?
Yeah, Felix, he just called you out, man. Good job, Felix.
Golden.
I'm gonna wait for some more questions. Okay, it's for all of us. If you could create one thing about the layup of TI, what would it be?
The layout?
Layup.
Yeah.
Like the tournament structure, I guess.
I would not have teams eliminated before the actual event started. Like there's some teams that are not going to be able to be like they're not going to be playing in the main event because they'll be eliminated beforehand.
But that's only for this year, I think.
Okay, so yeah.
Because last year all 16 teams played on stage.
Yes.
I want to say.
Yeah,
This
they
year
did.
it's only going to be 8 teams
Yes.
that play on stage.
Because time restraints, right? Because they
Maybe.
can't have the arena that long.
Okay, but it's like
whatever.
I would like to see that change. Want to see all the teams?
So you still want to see the top all 16 teams?
I want to see all the 16 teams.
I think it would make more sense that way because if you're trying to represent every single region, then you want to give everyone like some spotlight, right?
Yeah.
So.
I also think it does a lot with fans and sponsors. Just really cheering for one team and maybe they don't make it to top 8.
Yeah.
It's up to wait for home year and then,
Yeah.
And if they if there's not all the 8 teams, like if there's only 8 teams on the main stage, then I want more attention to the group stages, which in the previous years hasn't been really given that much. So I'm hoping that this year then it would be different.
Hello, Mingles. Mingles.
Okay, Peter Pansky is asking, which 3 heroes are currently overrated and which 3 are underrated?
Love to.
Heroes?
Yeah.
I think Brew's being really overrated right now.
Good hero?
Yeah. Brew?
Brewmaster.
Brew. Overrated?
Overrated, yeah.
Mingles.
I don't know, it's hard to say what heroes are actually overrated. Like, I think Tide isn't overrated. I think he's really good.
I believe that the 3-end protectors see more play than they should. I don't think it's that good. It forces the team to make sure they have either a better team fight or really good push strat. But if you have that and you play against the 3, you take down the towers, like he didn't do his job, the 3-end is suddenly a pretty bad hero. I think he's...
Am I bisexual then?
If you lane against it and you have a stronger lane, then the tree is like a creep the whole game.
So 3 Brewmaster, pick a 3rd hero, guys.
Third hero. Fucking PA, man.
He's never played.
No, people pick the North American qualifiers and then in the C qualifiers as well. So many
An
PA
overrated
picks.
hero has to be picked in abundance. It can't be picked like
No, it can be overrated without being the top pick.
Maybe.
Yeah, for how good it is, it can still be overrated.
Well, I would agree with him in that sense.
Yeah.
And PA fits the bill, I think.
Yeah, because people pick PA without having a Wisp or Magnus with her, and then I think she doesn't do that much. I think she's a hero.
And which 3 heroes do you guys think are underrated?
That's a harder one.
But you
You
said
guys think that
Tide.
time eating goes without risk is underrated?
You said Tide.
No, I said Tide I think is just good. I don't think he's overrated.
Yeah, but underrated maybe.
No, I don't think he's underrated either. Because he still sees a lot of play.
Yeah, he's... I don't
How
know.
about the new Tusk?
It's so
For a
risky.
week and then it's like,
No, New Tusk is so risky.
Yeah.
You can only do it against enemy teams that have like no AoE stun. If you roll in and you get like
It's such a
a
huge
fissured or whatever, you just sit there like looking dumb.
No, but you play defensive with him. And
Okay,
you
guys,
get a blink.
tell me 3 heroes underrated.
Ogre Magi, man.
Venomancer.
Come on, man. Peter Pansky wants his answer.
No, Venomancer, underrated.
Venomancer.
Jakiro.
Ogre Magi.
Yeah, Jakiro, that's a good one. I like that.
What about
Jakiro.
Let's Rock?
That's our.
Fuck
We
that.
gave our 3 heroes.
Yeah, we gave our 3.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm out of here.
Go away, Jesus.
Oh, that's the...
looking at pretty girl scene.
Pretty girl seat.
Yeah.
Is that the pretty girl seat?
That's what people said on Twitch then.
Oh.
There was like girls sitting next to Sheila.
Oh.
Is that it?
That's it.
Say it, that were all the games today. And that means that Ulf was running off to give us the updated standings of today.
Takes it all.
Okay,
Which will take a little while.
Max So is asking, why don't more teams do the unbeatable, according to Note, Enigma plus Nature Profit strat?
Unbeatable.
Unbeatable?
It would be too
According
easy.
to Note.
Yeah.
You do want a bit of challenge in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So playing an unbeatable
Hey
strat
guys,
is
I'm trying to be serious here, please.
Always trying to force us to be serious, man.
Yeah.
You didn't get the memo, we're not the serious.
Give him the glasses, Lumiere.
Everyone waiting for the answer.
I'm not the expert
Okay.
on this couch, so...
I think Nature's Prophet in general is seeing less play, so seeing him together with Enigma is going to be less likely. Because right now, offlaners that are strong, it's not really Nature's Prophet and so on. He's still strong in a one-on-one matchup, and you can sometimes get a lot of it. But I think people are relying and abusing the offlane Tide, etc., these heroes.
Okay.
So maybe purely because of Nature's Prophet being less picked.
Okay.
Then, you know, Fnatic, they love their Enigma.
That's true.
Isn't there easy ways to just kill all the stuff? Very like the trees and.
They have bad synergy, you mean? That when the Sprout comes up, Midnight Pulse, no synergy?
No. I'm saying the Eidolons and trees, you could just nuke them down, right?
Free goal.
Is that too hard? Free goal, free XP? I'm just saying you throw Medusa in there, Stone Gaze.
I can't take you
Everybody's
serious right
dead.
now.
And if Stone Gaze is not up, split shot and everybody's dead.
Or both.
Or both.
Can anyone take him serious right now?
I agree with Louis.
There, thank you, Wapus.
I'm fucking
up top.
honest.
Okay, Kaku Wind Doctor is asking, what kind of changes would you like to see made to Windrunner and make her more viable, and Mirana to make her less OP?
Winner is completely viable.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't
think
like
the hero's
Wind-
fine as is.
I don't like Windrunner that much right
Winner is
now.
like
I
probably
think
the most balanced hero in the game.
I think she needs a slightly more reliable shackle. Like, not double shackle, but
You
single.
like 40-degree shackles, man.
Yeah, but
Add an extra target.
if you don't...
Hackle shot.
If
Okay,
you miss
real fast,
If you
real
miss
fast.
the shackle, it's like, what?
I want Kuro's opinion on
It's the
this.
same thing with Murano, then.
We need the rate.
But moderator can also have opinion.
7 targets.
That kind of objective moderator. If I bring an opinion, I'm gonna make this conversation. Hey, come on, Teddy. Try to have a conversation here.
We'll have everybody's opinion on this. What if people just treat Wind Ranger as a carry, like the way they treat
No, not with Windrunner.
Windrunner as a carry? I'm sorry, as they treat Mirana as a carry. Forget the force. I'm just saying. I think the mentality of Windrunner.
You have to run with Wind.
Mirana's escape is technically better. Her ult is better for
What do you
fighting.
mean technically? It is better.
Yeah, I'm saying.
That's
in
what
some
technically
situations,
means.
Windrun could actually be better than Leaf. But in some situations, Leaf is going to be better than Windrun. Like, for example, if you're stuck inside of a cog, a Windrun isn't going to do anything for you, but a Leaf will make you live 100% of the time. But if you have an Ursa auto-attacking you, and you leap away, maybe he has like a blink dagger and chases you, whereas Windrun, you're going to stay immune to the
Yeah,
damage.
but you make yourself invisible.
Whatever. Anyway.
Invincible.
So you also do that.
Anyway.
Invisible. Invincible.
Anyway.
Invincible.
I think it's because the hero, like Mirana, offers too much to the team and has two sources of damage as opposed to just one. Where, like, you
So you're saying Moonlight Shadow and mid-game damage?
Yeah.
Would you want Shackle to be doing damage as well?
Yes.
No.
You just
It's
need
a 3.75 second stun.
Okay.
There is a 5-second stun.
You just need the Earthshaker, Coddle, Windrunner, Aggressive Trap.
Okay, so I believe, to answer your question, Lumi, I think that if played as a carry, Windrunner will have a trouble going up against, like, she will have a trouble going up against Morphling. She will have trouble going up against something like Naga Siren. Because how are you going to deal with split push? How are you going to push lanes just as
Mjolnir.
fast? I don't
Same
think
thing that Mirana does.
Yeah.
She's a Hex carrier too. I'm just saying.
she's a Hex
And
carry.
according to Pycat, Mirana's an X-carrier.
Pycat also
Well,
lost that game.
If you want to play her as a carry,
Whistle
though,
carry.
you need pretty much the Mjolnir into Aghanim builds.
Okay.
So you don't have BKB early, so team fighting is so-so. You can get single targeted. And if you go BKB...
But you don't have BKB on
What do you got,
Mirana
go?
either.
Yeah. All of these things
can
you're
have
saying
tons
apply
of
I've
to
seen a
Mirana.
lot of
But
BKBs
you
in
almost
Mirana.
always go face boost drums. Man.
I've seen a lot of Lincoln
I've seen a lot of
BKBs.
BKB Mirana's losing games.
There you go.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. Mirana as a carry, as opposed to Windrunner as a carry, when you go on her, sure, wind run makes you run very fast away. Leaping away is different. Like, it brings you out of the focus. Say you go up against a Morphling. He wants to kill you. You are a wind runner carry in a team fight. You don't have BKB. You get E-bladed, shotgunned, and then maybe one more target spell, you're dead. If you're carrying Mirana without BKB, you leap away before that shit happens.
I wish our moderator would just say something.
Well, moderator before or moderator?
He's moderating. It's
dude, he's bringing this to the attention here. Okay. He created all this.
Can
I want to say, Papu Wind Doctor, you brought up quite the discussion. Credits to you.
Credits.
So let's go to the next
question.
Wait,
hold on. Shiver wants to say
I want to say something because we already saw the group standings coming through. Fuck up. So
be to the moderator.
So being to the moderator. So Roxkiss and Mousesports undefeated. Coastal versus Pro with some 4 as well, but still a lot can change tomorrow at 12 CEST time. Group stages continue and possible tiebreakers after that. So make sure you tune in tomorrow if you're gonna have to leave, but the stream will be on the whole time so you can stay. That's it. Go ahead, moderator.
Connor is asking, Vaga Gaming, is Witch Doctor viable? If so, why don't we see it? If not, why not?
Okay, we've seen, you're not Vaga Gaming, man. Okay, so we have seen some Witch Doctor to an extent in the qualifiers, but very little. And I think he's stronger than how much we see him right now. He's not being picked up a lot at all, especially against Tree. I think this is a good hero against Tree for the reason that with a Witch Doctor in your team, you can push really hard. Witch Doctor DK type of hero, type of lineups can train down those towers and make sure that the enemy living armor is not stopping the game. And that kind of touches what we said earlier about Tree, and like he's not as good as he made out to be right now in the qualifiers. I don't think so.
But Waga, what if you pick them together, like Liquid does?
Which?
Witch Doctor and Tree?
Yeah, you can draft them together. That's fine. The two of them work.
Because then you root and then you just dance.
Yeah, it's a strong tri-lane as well.
Hey guys, come on, there are a lot of people asking questions. We have to get through this.
All of them.
Michael is asking, Navi KuroKy, Shiva game, support heroes for someone that is just starting to play. Are there any I should start with or try or what do you think, Shiva?
I think Lich is a very good hero to start with. Very decent, easy to play. Venomancer, Crystal Maid. Venomancer probably better than Crystal Maid. Crystal Maid may be a bit too slow to start with. But start with Lich, I'd say. And then Straddle afterwards.
I think Venge.
Sorry, there wasn't interest in me.
Are you Shiva game?
No.
But I'm asking for your educated
Feel free to talk.
Yes.
Oh, I can say something.
Michael Drasko is quite the man.
Support Wraith King, man.
Support Wraith King.
It's like the easiest support to play, and when you get level 6, you can die twice in a row.
There you go.
Okay. Just saying, man, he's got one fucking spell.
So he feels pretty
Lich
strong.
is pretty good. Wraith King is okay. I'd rather play him as carry though, because support melee is pretty hard to pull off for a beginner. I assume you're a beginner. So, I don't know, try any hero that's fun. That's what I can suggest.
Have fun.
Okay, let's go.
That's good advice.
Yeah, you see this one?
Yeah.
Luby versus KuroKy 1 versus 1.
I mean, I'm pretty good at that. I'm just saying. When's the last time you played mid?
There is a question for Luby versus KuroKy 1 versus 1 showdown.
I trash talked him. He's
1v1 showdown in Smash. I
Oh,
saw
you played
Kuro
melee,
play
right?
Smash this morning.
You play melee, right?
Yeah, but I'm not. But I still want to play you anyway.
Okay.
He like destroyed all of us.
I played Lumen this morning. It wasn't fun. But then I played Street Fighter against him.
That wasn't fun.
Then it was fun. Jesus. Welcome to Squiff Town.
Population Chun-Li.
No. Sakura.
Who do you actually main? I don't even remember.
Sakura.
Sakura, yeah, that's right.
Questions?
Yeah, I'm trying to find good questions.
So you're saying that hashtag TI4 EU Hub does not have enough good questions
There are a
right
lot of
now?
questions, but there's only limited time, Shiva.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's moderating. He's got to find the best questions for the time.
Yes, so I just make sure that more people would send in questions for more options.
So, Wedges 98 is asking, what was the best group stage to watch? Group stage game. qualifier. What do you guys think?
I honestly appreciate the Chinese one the most so far because I think it brought the higher level games out of all the qualifiers.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd agree. Although these have been, like today, have been pretty exciting too, just because it's so much more action than we saw yesterday. Like it's really like day and night change.
Yeah. Basically. I mean, I think it's easier to kind of say that the European qualifier seems a bit more exciting because we know the scene better.
Yes.
And we kind of understand like there's like 4 or 5 teams that are in contention for basically the top 4, and I guess 3rd and 4th position are the ones that are currently the most volatile.
Yeah.
Pick up the again.
I don't know.
Standing.
Okay, this question has popped up quite a few times now. Ernest DY is asking, what's your take on the way money is distributed in TI?
I think it's okay the way it is right now.
I prefer everybody gets some. Also the bottom ones, TI.
The thing is, when you have a tournament that's this prestigious and they're already paying your way, and you're staying in like a really nice hotel, and they're bringing you to the event, I think just being able to participate should be enough. And I don't. It's not that I don't think the teams deserve the money.
Okay.
It's just that I think that right now there's a lot of other ways to earn money in Dota because there's so many tournaments, right? So if there's like ESL 1 and Dream League and Star Ladder and like all these other tournaments, right? It feels almost like a handout to me to just get to TI and be like...
The thing is, in all those tournaments, I find like mostly the top 4 is about the same-ish.
Yeah.
So there's most of the money is going to those teams, and this would be a time like where you... And it's not even enough to... Like a lot of teams don't make enough to actually make it their full-time job just yet. And I think this would be like a bit of a boost for them to have a bit more incentive to keep trying next year.
I mean, I guess it's easy to justify having such an enormous prize pool and saying we could take like, I don't know,
0.5%
a little bit of it and like distribute it to the bottom 8 teams. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't think they'll change it.
Gandhi is asking, Dress Skill Vaga Gaming, why isn't Warlock picked right now? Rock plus slow is so good.
Warlock.
Oh.
I'm allergic to bullshit.
He is picked.
He's picked very seldom. Like, I think I've seen him like 2 games, maybe.
Yeah, March MVP Phoenix played him.
Yeah, 2. Yeah,
they
actually
played him
both
twice.
Their games.
Yeah. They played like a tri-lane farming Warlock, by the way, in one of the games, and the other game they played him solo mid. But I don't know. I think that Warlock is quite useful in many ways, and you shouldn't underrate the power of just his third skill in every team fight. It does a lot. After you drop your rocks, just slowing down the team fight is so good.
I think he has a pretty unique function in the way that he plays, because I think he's really good in those teams where you can just go and just kill the tier 1s for free every time offering is up cooldowns, because a lot of the ways that people pick nowadays are relatively greedy, and they can't necessarily defend against something like that. So say you pick it like 4th or 5th, and then you just get level 6, drop it and get a tower, drop it one more time, get a tower, and that's pretty much what MVP Phoenix did. Yeah. And it was like 100% they would get a tower every single time they dropped that ult.
And very often a kill as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it can be strong. I think teams are just kind of scared because he is very easily gankable if you put him in mid.
Another downside though is that Morphling and Mirana are 2 of the most popular carries right now, and also Nagasiren. All of these are diffusal heroes.
Well,
that is a major thing I think as well.
You just upgrade it, accept it, and then if they get 2, you just refresh it.
Yeah, of course.
Just farm like 10,000 gold with
you're taking towers, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but we even saw in a game that we cast that one. I think it was Mirana just purged off 4 golems in one fight. So I don't know. Of course, you can just get Aghanim's Refresher, but I still think going for Warlock against Diffusal Heroes is already a little bit of a setback.
Okay. Key Mike Swai is asking, what do you think about Ogre Magi in competitive gaming?
I think they need to make his Bloodlust not be dispelled by BKB. I think that's like one of the ways you could actually make him really, really good.
Is it getting dispelled by BKB?
Yeah. It used to not, and then they changed it.
It's a bug, I think, because Snake doesn't dispel blocks.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know if BKB does.
Because I know they made it so now Repel doesn't remove Bloodlust anymore, or like positive.
Well, I know
buffs
that
and stuff.
Repel, Rage, and BKB, there are 3 different mechanics in those for reasons.
But I was pretty sure that BKB removed Empower and Bloodlust.
It removes Empower. They nerfed it a long time ago. Bloodlust, I don't know what BKB. I know that Rage doesn't. Repel, I don't know.
Yeah, Repel doesn't anymore. But I think the cast point change was kind of nice because his animations were like extremely long. I think he could still work, but it's kind of hard to justify picking melee support when Wraith King is as viable as he is, you know? Because he basically functions in the same way, and an Ogre is more killable than a Wraith King is, and like 9 times out of 10 I would say. He maybe offers a little bit more early game damage, but I don't know.
Is he only limited as a support though? In that CD
guy.
tournament, we saw Ani play mid, and I think he killed S4. I think it was an Alchemist Ogre matchup, and the Ogre got first blood. So I guess some misplay happened, but
was it that 1v1?
Yeah, it was. No,
it was no gank or
no,
anything?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I would just agree with Rascal pretty much in general, but if Wraith King is banned and you can't get the heroes you want, I still think support Ogre works pretty fine because it fits the style that people are playing now with just pick tanky and walk at the enemy. He does the same.
Okay. Peter Tennant is asking, press skill bug again. Over this Aghanim's on Brewmaster, and is it worth skipping?
I would never skip Ags on Brewmaster.
I would sometimes go for BKB first because it can be needed to go blink BKB in some games. We saw games just like that actually where a Brewmaster blinked in repeatedly. I cannot remember which game this was, but against the Disruptor, who every single time got the ultimate on him before he could split, and it just completely cost that game. I think that was a Chinese game. I think it was Ferrari. It was Ferrari playing Brewmaster, and he got completely destroyed because he went for ultis and could never.
I agree. You shouldn't skip Aghanim, so either way,
yeah,
at the point of the game.
Yeah. You will get it later on, even if you have to buy BKB first. You still go back for it.
Manuel Poletti is asking, Vaga Gaming, what do you think is the current state of Lanaya? Do you think she still needs some changes, or she's nicely balanced?
She needs one change. I don't like the fact that you can't Psyblade anything of illusions. I don't want the old way with like OP Psyblades, but I want her to at least deal the normal damage when you hit an illusion. Because right now, she's hard countered by illusions so extremely hard, when she used to be one of the best heroes against illusions.
Yeah.
It was such a big, radical change. So I would just like that fix.
Okay. Okay, Dustic. No.
Hey, baby.
Run, Nelson.
He's so cute.
Run while you can.
He's so fast, though.
Ninja. Okay, Dominic Duke is asking, with all the joking about fuck eggs earlier, do you think it's terrible, and what do you think would be a good way to fix it?
It's fucking useless.
Okay, as a proponent of Puck Axe, I'm just saying against a team that doesn't get BKB, which is becoming more and more common nowadays.
Why wouldn't you get a Dagon or a Hex instead?
I mean, it works well with the team, right? For example, we saw earlier Fata got Dagon 5 with an AA on his team. Basically was able to force BKB usage or just one hit KO. But I think against a team that you just can't kill straight up, like what Team Coast is picking, like the tanky trees, tide, and all that shit. Axe.
Okay. So let me play devil's advocate to what you just said.
Okay.
You're gonna get an item that basically gives you no extra killing potential other than the fact that a bunch of really tanky heroes are gonna stand still.
Sure. I mean, they're standing still for something, right? You don't just buy Axe in a situation. If they're standing still under a wall...
Without the eggs, aren't they still standing still?
What do you mean?
Without getting the eggs, aren't they still gonna stand still?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so...
How much longer is the duration?
Like 2 seconds longer?
It's 8 second total. I don't know what
I think... I don't know who proposed it, but when we did the fake patch notes for fun, somebody said that it should make it stun on coil break
through BKB. So you can't BKB and run.
Right. So if you BKB and you try to run, you would still get stunned. I think that would make.
I think that's a great change.
I think it would make it at least purchasable, because right now I think it's like a worthless investment.
I mean,
I think that would be maybe too strong. Actually, I don't know, but to be honest, I think if you wanna buff Aghanims on Puck, I would just buff the initial damage or the initial stun. Because buffing the break and making the enemy stay longer still, I don't think that's the way to go.
It's definitely a lot less reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to say that in some games, like as a Sand King or... Like Sand King is a great example. A lot of times you want to get Veil for more damage. But there are games that you want to get Aghanims because you want to just be tanky. I think Puck, that doesn't come up as often because your hero is so mobile. Because with Phase, Blink, Orb, you should be able to survive. But I think in some rare circumstances, you just want more HP. So there's, I think, another addition to X. I personally just like that.
Okay. TFI1 is asking, do you think Invoker is a little too strong right now? He fits into every team comp and he dominates his lane. Hashtag TFI.
I mean, when you word it that way, it kind of sounds like he is. It's like he's always good and he wins all his lanes.
He actually got ignored a couple of times today.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say if the hero is really too good because they just like gutted Forge Spirits pretty much. I think 1 or 2 patches ago, they reduced the maximum amount of armor they decreased. They took the HP away, I think, as well. So I think he's okay. Just a strong hero. Like a strong hero doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be nerfed in some way. It just means that it's really good in a lot of situations, like Tidehunter. I don't think Tidehunter is OP, but I think he's good.
Yeah.
He's not as situational as many others.
I think you can...
What you want to say.
Yeah,
He's strong in lots of different situations.
I think he's also gotten like punished already. You mentioned the Force Spirits, but also Necrobook changes Invoker directly so much. And it's a big change. More experience, even more gold from the books is a lot. I don't know. I think he's fine probably.
Alright. Rhaegar is asking, do you have these moments when you are getting tired of Dota, can't watch or play it for some time? Do you have this moment, Louis?
Nope. I don't think you have that moment either. Maybe
really.
you're tired of the game, but you'll watch replays.
I'm never tired of the game.
Yeah, I'm not either.
There's some days I prefer to like chill more.
I mean, I've actually wanted to play for like the last 2 weeks.
Well, it's because you haven't been playing.
Yeah, no, it's because I can't play, but
It's withdrawal.
Can't play
like,
as much.
For me, even in like the last Stream League Super Weekend, there's like 6 games in a row, but I still want to cast all the games because I just want to see how people. So I don't think I'll get tired.
I mean, I used to get tired of all games really fast. I could never play games like World of Warcraft or whatever. I get like to level 14 and then I quit because too boring. But as soon as I started playing Dota, I just realized, shit, like, not gonna get tired of this, I think. Oh, nice.
Okay, Baron Noxy is asking, Dresco, which is the hardest hero to play, either pub or pro? Is the difficulty just in skill needed or the teamwork?
I would say in pub, one of the harder heroes. Yeah, it's you. Jesus.
I'm kidding, you can go.
No. Go ahead, you had something.
So he asked, like, the hardest hero to play in pub and pro, or just like either?
Like in pub and pro. No, either pub or pro. I guess he means both.
I mean, I guess the hardest heroes to play would probably be heroes like Meeple, because you need to be so mechanically skilled to really get the fullest out of the hero. You have to have insane map awareness when you have so many different like units that you have to worry about. I mean,
insane map awareness.
Don't get a boner over here, but I'm just saying, like, I think heroes like that probably are the most demanding on a player.
Insane map.
It would probably still be the same in pro. Like pro or pub, being a high-level Meeple player is probably one of the hardest heroes.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty hard to point out the hardest hero.
Yeah.
So, it's mostly related to the role you play, and in the end, it's a team game.
Team game.
Okay. Shiva?
Yes.
Wanna take over?
I actually have to get up soon, so take over.
Too bad because I got up.
Thank you for joining us, KuroKy.
Good job hosting KuroKy.
Good man, KuroKy. I will be right back. Do you want to let KuroKy?